I'd like to call to order the public session. I have 3 people signed up to speak. I ask that you come up when I call your name, state your name and address, and please keep your comments to under 5 minutes. The first speaker signed up is Bob Mills. Bob?
My name is Bob Mills. I live here in the city of Oswego, 115 East Oneida. I'm the owner-operator of Lone Wolf Taxi. Come here tonight. I missed last week on the new amendment for the 228-4J, the good moral cause. I'm actually 110% for that. I also want to thank, well, about a year ago, Billy, when he was alderman, approached me and said if he became mayor, he wanted to take on the taxis and try to clean it up. I'm here to tell you, Bill, you've done everything you said, and I thank you for that. I thank all the aldermen for all the hard work you've done on past aldermen, Walker and Eric. You guys have been through it all yourself. City attorneys. It's been a road, a rocky road. And Alderman Gozick. Thank you. I bet this is your first project. You can get off your Prozac now. It's done. Put that away. It's just something that needs to be done for public safety, and I hope that hopefully this doesn't go on the shelf, and we can continue to go on and protect the people and enforce the laws. Again, like I said, I want to thank the mayor, the council, city attorney, all the clerks, police department, the chief, everybody for all their hard work on this. It's 10 years in the making, for sure. Okay? Any comments? Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Next person signed up is John Gibson.
John Gibson, owner-operator, New York Transportation. First off, Billy, I want to thank you for taking your time, countless hours for Alderman Gozick working on this, trying to get it all revised. All the aldermen, such hard work. We do appreciate. As far as a good moral character, couldn't be any better than what it is. Bill, again, appreciate everything you've done. Glad we come to a resolution. I worked on this back a couple years ago when Gillen was in as mayor. I'll be honest with you, I got nowhere with it. Just seemed like it was no hope. And when you came on board and Alderman Gozick took it on and met with everybody, it just seemed like everything was coming together piece by piece. And it's taken some time. We do appreciate everything you've done, especially what Bob said. I think he pretty much summed it up all. So I want to thank the police department for their hard work and trying to get these illegal rough cabs out of here. And it's been endless. But I think after this, with everything, I think we got our heads on right. I think the city's going to be in the right direction, and I think we got a good way to go with this. And again, thank you guys for all your hard work, especially you, Bill and Kevin, for working on this and getting everything revised. Trask, thanks a lot for having to deal with my mouth in City Hall. Apologize, but we got through it all. John, thanks again for getting this the way that we needed to go. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words from both of you. Last speaker signed up is Sue Matthews.
Yeah, I'm back. Sue Matthews, councilors, mayor. Get one more shot here. First, I'd like to speak to tonight's vote on eliminating the 30 days to pay back the city back taxes before foreclosure. And the city attorney last week in explaining it properly identified that they thought there was a reason for this law. And not always does the real world work the way it's designed to. And I'm going to give you some examples of why this law exists. He said that himself and the mayor had decided that another 30 days added on was really not needed because that anybody that got to that point had had plenty of time to pay their taxes. Now, right off the bat, I didn't have to research any of this. I knew of 6 different examples where foreclosures had been done and the county had not notified the owners of the property. I was one of them. the first time that there was a foreclosure imminent on my property, I had not received a notification from the county. I found out the day before the foreclosure. And I was in Florida visiting my brother for a few months. I hadn't seen him for years, and I wanted to spend some time with him before we were both too old to enjoy that. So the logistics of getting that money together and getting it there in the time allotted and working out a tax agreement with the county was very difficult from 1,000 miles away. But I did manage to do it at 12% interest, which one of you mentioned a few weeks ago, someone making a deal with you on their back tax deal, and 10% interest you said was a real good deal for the city. And at today's interest rates, it is a real good deal. So the next time foreclosure was imminent, I also had not received notice from the county and got down there the day before. I had a meeting with the county assessor, and I asked him why I had not been notified. And he said, well, we probably didn't know your address. And I said, that's possible. The 911 system changed my number on my house, but I was pretty sure I've changed my address to reflect that. I said, will you please put my name into your county database? And he did, right in front of me. My name and address came right up, but I had not received any notice. So that's two cases for me. I'm also aware of another person that was in danger of losing their house because their taxes are included in their mortgage payments, and they couldn't make their mortgage payments. So they went to the bank to refinance. Now, in the process of refinancing, sometimes things are held up and your taxes are held in an escrow account by the bank. And this can also happen in a real estate deal. I'm aware of another one where a house was being sold and monies were being held in an escrow account, and it didn't get to the county in time. In one case, it didn't get to the county in time. In the other case, the bank, when it was settled, just forgot to pay the taxes. It just was overlooked. So that extra 30 days that's given when the county turns a foreclosure back to the city is given for a reason, because life happens. And you're making the decision that you and the mayor have decided that extra time isn't needed. Again, you are really acting like a judge, jury, and executioner there. You've got to give people the time to pay their taxes. I think you want them to pay their taxes, you know? And I also noticed the timing of this law, because I'm aware that someone went down and paid their $27,000 to the city in back taxes. And the city was not happy that they got their building back. So I'm thinking that this law may be written to target a certain person or a certain group of people, and that really rubs me the wrong way. Mayor, a couple weeks ago I raised my hand for you to acknowledge me before you started the meeting after you spoke, and you did not acknowledge me. I stood up and raised my hand. You did not acknowledge me, and it's your prerogative not to. But I don't enjoy coming here and airing my private business publicly, but I feel a responsibility to do it because I see so many people badly impacted by some of the laws you guys have written. And I really felt compelled to speak because what you said was not true. And it's not, maybe you didn't realize it wasn't true. Maybe you're listening to your employees and they're not telling you the truth. But you said people were not being told they had 5 days to get out of their houses before the police escorted them out. People have been being told that. And a lot of people that already paid their rent and were living in houses with no code violations left because of what your employees told them. I took the time this week to tour one of the buildings that were condemned because I really want to know all sides of the issues, and I don't want to go in with blinders. I really didn't see anything that was the landlord's fault. I saw 3 apartments that had been completely painted, spackled, brand new doors, brand new windows, pristine hardwood floors, brand new refrigerator, brand new stove, and they had all been inspected and given apartment permits. We have always tried to comply with the laws you've written. We've done it for years. This apartment had essentially been trashed by the tenant. The nice thing about your apartment permits is it protects the landlords as well as the tenants. If you go in when somebody is moving into an apartment and you inspect it and you find it to be suitable and you give them their license, we have a record that as landlords we've done our part. But when a tenant trashes a place, like this place was trashed, and it was horribly trashed. There was 2 apartments in this building that still were pretty good with no safety or health violations, but the upstairs apartment was totally trashed. This tenant came into this apartment, and without permission, they painted all the brand new windows bright blue, painted cartoons all over the walls, splattered paint on the pristine hardwood floors. All the racks were torn out of the brand new refrigerator, and the filth that they were living in was just horrible. It was not the landlord's fault. And this is the building that has been used in the photographs in the paper, and the landlord's name's been dragged through the trash. Not just during your administration, it started a long time ago with lies that were printed publicly. There's supposedly 2 sides to every story. In this case, there's more. There's the city side, there's the landlord side, there's the tenant side, and there's the taxpayer side. Mayor, I called you in April and voiced some of my problems to you in about your secretary. I wanted an appointment with you. Your secretary had you call me back. I think we spoke for probably 5 minutes on the phone. And you said you'd try to help me, and you'd get back to me. You never did. I received the final papers on my foreclosure of 1 building. If you had granted the renewal of our permits to repair it, it would have been done back online, and there'd be at least 4 families living there this year, and wouldn't be an eyesore of a burned out shell. When you changed our zoning to residential, you made it useless to me and everyone else. The taxpayers are going to end up picking up the bill to tear it down. I no longer have my retirement income from it. The tenants are living in places they're not happy with, and nobody has profited from it. No one. It's been bad for every side. I'm here one more time tonight to try to avoid making this a test case and taking it to court. If we have to, we will. I would much rather settle it with you. I think there are solutions. I think we could come to an agreement. But the problem is, if we leave it up to a judge, we might all get a decision that none of us are happy with. So I would be happy to talk with any counselor or the mayor or the city attorney to try to find some reasonable solutions to salvage what we have left. But I don't feel we've been heard. I don't feel anybody's been heard on this. There's been a lot of lies and assumptions made, and we'd really like to get together and see if we can find some good solutions. I got one more thing to say. I've come here for several years now complaining about the snow removal on the sidewalks in the business district of 104 on the east side, Lowe's, Walmart. If you guys could pass a law to get the lawns mowed this summer, I'm hopefully thinking that if you can charge residents exorbitant prices to mow their lawns, you should be able to charge Walmart some prices to plow their sidewalk, like the rest of the citizens of the city. I hope somebody takes an initiative there before somebody gets killed on that front. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak during public session? Come on up.
I'm tired of making that woman look like a liar. It's my Aunt Sally Rydell from Lysander, upstate New York. Wayne, you know that, Mr. Cornelius. But I didn't know you were sitting there, and God bless that you are. Now, she's not lying about anything about the landlords either, because I seen it with my own two eyes with Pora's property when I lived there about 1.5 years ago. I absolutely seen this animal throw out all their furniture and everything they owned, and tears in their eyes, and called that butlers to park right there and throw all their shit out because they were late on a $25 bill that he owed them. I'm not going to make that lady look like, turn this mic on. It's on there. I got it. So I'm not going to make this lady look like a liar anymore. Okay?
Thanks, Ed. Anyone else? Well, seeing none, I will call the regular meeting to order. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
His Honor the Mayor.
Here.
Counselor Reynolds.
Here.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Here.
Counselor Emmons.
Here.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Gozick.
Here.
Counselor Van Buren. Counselor Cordino.
Here.
All are present, Your Honor.
Thank you. I do not have anything under the mayor's report other than to announce and honor a longtime city employee, a department head, who has served the city for 24 years, having served 20 of those in the personnel department as director of personnel. Ms. Rita Tickle will be retiring at the end of this month, and I'd just like to take a moment to thank her for her service on behalf of all City of Oswego residents, and just to explain that Rita's been a long-time dedicated public servant to the City of Oswego, starting out in January 1973 as account clerk until April 1976. I almost said 1876, not quite that long. At that point, she was personnel aide from January 1988 to September 1988. Also served, like I said, as personnel director from September 1988 to October 2000, and then again from November 2008 until what will now be November 2016. She also worked at Lee Memorial Hospital from October as Director of Human Resources from October of 2000 until November 2008 as well. And Rita, I have to personally thank you for helping me in my first, what is now 11 months of the administration. You've been an incredible help showing me what kind of nightmare civil service is. I don't know how you remember and research it day in and day out, but I appreciate it. And also, I know I've tested you probably these 11 months in what was a very busy 11 months, and I appreciate your dedication and the hard work and the assistance you gave me, both personally and professionally, in the first 11 months of this administration. And again, just on behalf of all the residents of the City of Oswego, thank you for your years of service and dedication. I'm not sure if the counselors have anything that they want to add, but I'd like to ask you, Rita, to come up. I have a certificate I'd like to give you, honoring you, and I believe the counselors have a card as well.
Send the tall guy over. One of them's got to be good, right?
Switch.
Any counselors have anything else they'd like to add? Seeing none, will clerk please call Resolution 391?
To approve the minutes from the Common Council meeting held October 24th, 2016.
Counselor Emmons, Counselor Walker, any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 392.
To approve the use of public space, Susan McBrearty, representing the Oswego Bookmobile, in order to place advertising signs.
Counselor Reynolds, Counselor Corradino, any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 393.
To approve the use of public space, Ellen Clark, concierge for Experience Oswego in New York, in order to place 10 illuminated hearts on the Bridge Street Bridge during the month of February.
Counselor Reynolds, Counselor Gozick, any comments? Clerk, Counselor Walker.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you for the opportunity. I think this is a great idea. We had nothing but really good vibes last year on this, and she says it's going to be a lot better this year, so I can't wait to see this.
Sure it is. Any other comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 394.
To approve the use of office space at the McRobey Building for the Peaceful Remedies Volunteer Organization.
Counselor Reynolds, Counselor Van Buren, any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Abstain.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 6-0-1.
Clerk, please call Resolution 395.
To approve the landfill permit, Farmington Lawn Care Incorporated, owner of property located at 276 State Route 104.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Van Buren, any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 396.
To express support of the Oswego County Land Bank Corporation Community Revitalization Initiative grant application.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor Emmons, any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 397.
To authorize the mayor to execute all documents necessary to accept 2 parcels of land from the family of Bernard Shapiro.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 398.
To authorize the mayor to sign change order number 4 with John Dudley Construction Company for project modifications to the Charles E. Riley Booster Pump Station project.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 399.
To authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Oswego City School District for a school resource officer.
Counselor Gozick, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 400.
To authorize the mayor to execute a one-year renewal agreement with the County of Oswego for weights and measures services for the year 2017.
Counselor Corradino, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 401.
To authorize the mayor to execute a one-year renewal agreement with Butler Disposal Systems Incorporated for trash removal services for the year 2017.
Counselor Walker, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 402.
To authorize the mayor to execute an extension of the mortgage extension and modification agreement with Jeffrey Holbrook of PCL Properties for property located at 305 East Seneca Street.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 403.
To authorize a public hearing for proposed local law number 6 of the year 2016, a local law amending Chapter 226 Taxi Cabs of the Code of the City of Oswego, New York.
Counselor Gozick, Counselor Emmons. This is, dating back to even when I was a counselor, this was a problem that kept coming up week after week after week, and I believe that the city has an obligation to provide safe options and modes of transportation to our citizens, and one way to do that is to ensure you have reputable cab companies out on the streets answering cab calls. So that was the intent of this law. I talked with Bob Mills and John Gibson, both local cab company owners, to receive some information about what they were seeing out on the streets and hear some of their concerns. That was even before this year. And we applied some of that information into this law to figure out how we can help reputable cab drivers become more successful and run a safe, fair business, and also restrict just anybody coming in and calling themselves a cab owner and a cab driver and being able to transport our citizens with no checks and balances whatsoever. So I also owe a thank you to Counselor Gozick. This was a goal of mine when I took office, but the year quickly was getting busier and busier, and weeks were turning into months, so I turned to Counselor Gozick and asked if he could help do some additional research and put the legislation together. And he took me up on that offer and did a nice job. I know it was time-consuming. It was probably frustrating. They say there's 3 things you don't ever want to see made: that's cottage cheese, sausage, and legislation. So good job to Councilor Gozick for actually following through and delivering some results for the local reputable cab drivers. So with that, do any of the councilors have any comments? Councilor Gozick.
Thank you, Mayor Barlow. Again, just a brief recap here, but to begin with, as Mayor Barlow said, this was drawn to all of our attention right from the get-go. Just being involved here for the first year on the City Council, we had heard, different people come and speak before the council, bringing up concerns, and it was hard to tell whether or not they're legitimate. But ultimately, I think after getting in touch with Bob Mills, the owner of Lone Wolf Taxi, again talking to Brian Savage of the Lake City Taxi, John Gibson here, all these guys have really helped a lot with this because they're the experts. They have experience out there driving on the streets. They see things we don't. So I want to hand it to them, thank them. It was very time-consuming. It was frustrating at times. But from June to November here, I think we've come up with some legislation that'll hopefully address several issues that are really important to me. Public safety being number one, because of the road cabs in town that aren't licensed. We need to know who they are. As Mayor Barlow said, we want reputable, clean cabs that we can be proud of when people come to the college, parents, businessmen at a hotel, whoever it may be coming to Oswego. That's the first thing. Number two, to set an even playing field here. As I got involved with this issue, I realized that, it just wasn't fair for our local cab companies because of the fees that they were paying. They're higher than anywhere else around that we could find. So, I thought this is only right that we could, these guys are cutting into the revenue, that we should try to level that playing field. And ultimately, I guess, I'd also like to thank the police chief, Chief Decare, gave valuable input. I met with him on several occasions, and Lieutenant Sear as well. The council here, the advice and input of people, especially Pat McLaughlin, met with me and Bob several times. Eric Van Buren with his background in this, and Rob Cordino as well. We met Sunday morning, I remember. This has been a long process, but all the people that have made this happen, everybody that's given their support to it, I appreciate it. Let me just recap what the amendments were, and hopefully we can get everyone's approval to bring this to a public hearing. The first amendment, which ironically was actually the last one that we added in, I tried to act as a conduit for the people here that wanted to see this legislation passed, and this was brought to my attention by one of the cab owners. The good moral character clause, it's 228 section 4. It falls under application for taxi driver's license. It's section J, and this section is being added in, addressed as a good moral character clause. And additionally, if people aren't familiar with this, it's a negative clause, which basically says that good moral character is defined as the absence of any of these crimes. And ultimately, the second section, Section J, Part 2, basically leaves it to state laws, and the police chief is the final arbiter of who would be disqualified, wouldn't be able to get a license, or if a license was going to be revoked. So that's the First Amendment, 228.4. 228.11, we had omitted, this is for inspection of vehicles prior to licensing. We had omitted Section B, which was basically a double inspection. This, vehicles are already receiving New York State inspection. So the police department agreed that this would save time for personnel, the paperwork, and a little bit of money, which would hopefully offset the reduced fees. And again, that's the next amendment, 228.14. And again, just so I can offer clarification, 228.7 is the section where we have the initial fee of $100 that covers the background check. This reduction is only $100 reduction for licensing vehicles. It would be the first taxi cab. It was $200. So it's a $100 reduction. And again, we're hoping that this would allow some of these companies perhaps to get on board and license here, offer that incentive by lowering the fees. 228.20 is the next amendment, and that was payment of fares, refusal of business, and additional passengers. And we had amended Section B, added in, I'll just read it. No driver of a licensed taxi cab shall carry any person other than the passenger or passengers first employing a taxi cab. And we added in, unless the first passenger or passengers employing the taxi cab consent. This will prevent double fares being billed, and so hopefully that'll be helpful for the cab owners. And additionally, the last section deals with penalties for offenses. And what we've done here in Section 228.26 is implemented minimum fines, because they didn't exist prior to this. For Section A, for owners, it set a minimum fine of not less than $150. For Section B, which addresses drivers, we set a minimum of not less than $250, not more than $500. And again, hopefully the incentive here is this is more than it would cost to license, or just as much. Hopefully some of these companies, after this law is passed, will get on board and license their cabs here, or face these more stringent fines. And finally, the last section is Section C, 228.26C, and this addresses any person in violation of any provision of the charter, and it sets, of the taxi cab section, and it sets a minimum of $150 for a fine and $500 for the maximum fine. So those are the amendments, and I appreciate everyone's time and patience with this, and hopefully we can bring it to conclusion here. So I don't know if anyone else has any comments.
Any other comments? Seeing none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor
Yes.
Walker. Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds. Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yep.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 404.
To approve amendments to the City of Oswego foreclosed property disposition policy and procedure.
Counselor Van Buren, Counselor McLaughlin. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 405.
To approve amendments to the City of Oswego investment policy.
Counselor Cordino, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 406.
To approve adoption of the City of Oswego cash receipts and online banking policy and procedure.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 407.
To authorize the city chamberlain to execute the necessary accounting procedures to prepare all funds for the year 2016 closure.
Counselor Emmons, Counselor Reynolds. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 408.
To approve the bid submitted by John Dudley Construction for the general construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dewatering equipment replacement project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 409.
To approve the bid submitted by Scriba Electric Incorporated for the electrical construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dewatering equipment replacement project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds. Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 410.
To approve the bid submitted by M.A. Bongiovanni Incorporated for the general construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dechlorination system upgrade project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 411.
To approve the bid submitted by Scriba Electric Incorporated for the electrical construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dechlorination system upgrade project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 412.
To approve the bid submitted by Oswego Mechanical Incorporated for the plumbing construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dechlorination system upgrade project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 413.
To approve the bid submitted by J&A Mechanical Contractors Incorporated for the HVAC construction of the East Side wastewater treatment plant dechlorination system upgrade project.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 414.
To approve the bid submitted by Skyworks LLC for a self-propelled boom lift for use by the Department of Public Works.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Van Buren. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 415.
To approve the bid submitted by Carolina Trailers for a paved trailer for use by the Department of Public Works.
Counselor Cordino, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 416.
To approve transfer of funds from the contingent account to the Animal Control Department.
Counselor Walker, Counselor Gozick. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 417.
To approve transfer of funds from within the Animal Control Department.
Counselor Cordino, Counselor Emmons. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Clerk, please call Resolution 418.
To approve the transfer of funds from within the Fire Department.
Counselor McLaughlin, Counselor Walker. Any comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
The resolution passes 7-0.
Any other business to come before the council? Counselor Walker?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Counselor Van Buren. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
No.
The resolution passes 6-1.
Meeting is adjourned.